I used to dream of my wedding day, not the dress or the cake, but the people. My family smiling, my mom crying happy tears, my dad walking me down the aisle. But when the day finally came, the chairs stayed empty. My name is Emily, I'm 28, and this is the story of how I got married, alone. When I met Ryan, he wasn't flashy or smooth. He was calm, kind, and steady. After years of dating people who treated love like a game, his sincerity felt like home. We got engaged after 3 years together, and I couldn't wait to share the news. When I called my mom, she didn't react the way I'd imagined. "Oh," she said, her voice flat. "That's fast, isn't it?" "3 years isn't fast," I said, laughing nervously. But she didn't laugh. "Emily, I just hope you know what you're doing. You've always been impulsive." That was her favorite word for me. Impulsive. She'd said it when I changed careers, when I moved cities, when I dared to make choices she wouldn't. Still, I believed she'd come around. She was my mom. As the wedding plans came together, I called her every week, asking if she wanted to help with details, the guest list, the flowers. Each time, she had an excuse. "Busy with work. Your sister's going through something. Let me check my schedule." I told myself it was stress. That once the invitations went out, she'd be there, front row, proud and glowing. But the closer the day came, the quieter she became. 2 weeks before the wedding, I finally asked her, "Mom, are you even coming?" There was a pause on the other end of the line. Then she sighed. "Emily, I don't think I can make it. It's too far to travel. And honestly, I just don't feel right about this marriage." I felt my stomach drop. "You've barely met Ryan." "I've met enough men to know when something's off," she said sharply. "You always rush into things. I don't want to watch you make another mistake." Her words hit harder than I could admit. I tried to reason, to beg, but she wouldn't listen. After I hung up, I sat on the floor and cried. Not because she wasn't coming, but because she didn't even want to. On the day of the wedding, the sky was clear, the venue beautiful. But as the ceremony began, the empty seats felt louder than the music. Half the people who promised they'd come didn't show. Friends had last-minute plans. Relatives had travel issues. But the one that hurt most was the chair in the front row, the one with a little sign that read "Reserved for Mom." I remember standing at the altar, trying to smile, feeling like I was being swallowed by silence. After the ceremony, Ryan held me close. "It doesn't matter," he whispered. "You have me. That's enough." And he was right. It should have been enough. But deep down, I felt a hollow ache I couldn't shake. Days later, my mom called. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity won. Her voice was calm, almost casual. "How did it go?" "It was beautiful," I said, forcing my voice steady. "I'm glad," she said quietly. Then, after a pause, "I just couldn't bring myself to come, Emily." "Why?" I asked, finally breaking. "Because you don't like him? Or because you don't like seeing me happy without you?" There was silence, the kind that stretches too long. Then she said something I'll never forget. "I didn't come because I couldn't stand to see you grow up. Every time you make a choice I don't control, it reminds me I'm not needed anymore. I didn't handle that well. I'm sorry." Her voice trembled. For the first time, she sounded human, not critical. I didn't know what to say. The anger in my chest softened into sadness. "Mom," I whispered, "you'll always be needed. Just not in the same way." There were tears on both sides of that call. Months later, she came to visit. She brought a small box. Inside was a delicate hairpin she'd worn at her own wedding. "I wanted to give you this," she said quietly. "I should have given it sooner." I hugged her, really hugged her, for the first time in years. Sometimes love doesn't look like a perfect family photo. Sometimes it's messy, late, and full of words you wish had come earlier. No one came to my wedding. Not even my mom. But later, when she showed up with tears in her eyes and honesty in her heart, I realized that forgiveness can be its own kind of ceremony.